I just finished watching every single media day pre-fight press conference for this weekend, and guys, there is not a lot to talk about. They were short, they were uninteresting, they were very, very generic questions, and it really makes me miss the old press conferences, right? But there are two fighters, that being both Alex Perez and Umar Nurmagomedov, that I want to talk about and take away. And usually for these videos, I want to take a look at the fighters' headspace, see what they're thinking, really dive into their matchup and see, like, is there something we can take away from here, right? But honestly, there's only two fighters from this entire media day that we can talk about, but still a little bit interesting, and in reality too, they were short, so we don't even have a lot to talk about. But guys, we're going to get into them in just a second. Before we do, though, I do want to say hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I am your guy with too many YouTube channels. Let's start off with Umar Nurmagomedov. So, the biggest takeaway from here is, I never realized, because Umar doesn't do a lot of media, right? I never realized how humble he was, and he talked about being humble specifically because no matter how good he is, and when nobody wants to fight him, he's having problems signing all of these fights, right? So he ends up getting a big head about himself. He thinks of himself as a champion. He thinks himself as better than everybody. He's actually saying this stuff. I'm paraphrasing, but he's been actually saying this stuff. And then he goes to the gym, and he has all these fantastic fighters at the gym, like Khabib Nurmagomedov, and they end up smashing him, and then it puts him in his place, which is very, very funny to me, because honestly, if you were in a place like Umar, your head probably would get pretty big. And it's funny that everybody at the gym ends up keeping him humble, and it is very humble for him to admit that, to be honest with you. And other than that, he really cares about family. So I actually really like Umar Nurmagomedov from the little bits I've seen from him, and I don't know, I really enjoyed listening to him this time around. Got a little bit of a different feeling though when it comes to Alex Perez, okay? I could be wrong, and I'd love to know what you guys think about this. He seems really salty. Not like, as Lucas Tracy would say, salty man Joe Pyfer, but he was asked a lot about having canceled fights, pulling out, keeping his ranking, not fighting, losing his past few fights, or like having an inconsistent record. And he's been saying over and over again that his life is so good and he doesn't care what anybody has to say about it. But he's saying it, and I'm just like getting a little bit of salt from him, where it's like, oh, I don't care. I don't care what people have to say about me. My life's great, but he's saying it kind of like that. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know if you, let me know if you guys think the same way down below. I just feel a little bit differently about it. He just seems salty. It seems like it does get to him. I don't read any comments. I don't read any comments at all. I don't care what people say about me. Like, it looks like you do by the tone of your voice there. But other than that, he was really diving into, and I don't know what he does outside of this. I don't know if he's ever mentioned it, but he has other avenues of money coming in. He has a couple businesses. He does things on the side other than MMA, and he's almost didn't even consider it a job. So you kind of have to take a look at that and think, this guy at this point in his career, it could have to do with the pulling out too. Is he really as motivated as a guy like Muhammad Mokaev? I don't believe so. Because again, he really made it a point where it's like, I don't need to fight. I have money. But then again, it could just be him like, hey, yeah, fans, what are you talking so much crap for? I make more money than you. I don't know. It's just really weird to me. I got a weird vibe from him, and I was saying all week that I didn't want to bet on Muhammad Mokaev, but I kind of do after hearing this, to be honest with you, because how you have a guy who's so motivated, Mokaev, so motivated against a guy like Alex Perez. I don't know, man. I'm kind of liking Mokaev after this. Unfortunately, like I said, there were only two fighters that I wanted to talk about, guys, but check out this video on screen right now because it is much longer and it's very fun to watch. You should check it out, guys. Thank you so much for coming. Take care.